What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I don't know if any of you guys remember a YouTube channel at one point called the Mcclure Twins. All right, and so the Mcclure Twins is basically two young ladies. They are twins and they are mixed race. The mom is a Nigerian American, all right? And so they make a ton of money. Then you also they have another channel called the Mighty Mcclures, and they stay killing it, all right? Their main channel, according to vidIQ, makes over $500,000 a month. So they have two channels. One makes about $100,000 a month. This one makes about $543,000 a month. Typically these ones, the higher it is probably what you make. So you're talking about a channel that makes $600,000 per month. Now the mother is called Amy Mcclure. Amy Mcclure is married to Justin Mcclure, all right? And we're like, okay, this is interesting. You know, you have this black lady, white guy, and these mixed kids, okay? Then we found out this.
Not a big secret. There's no shock. Everyone who knows us, our friends, our family, anybody in our life knows this already. He is the only dad they've ever known, and he will be the only dad they've ever known. I had to do everything in my power to protect them. The person that I was married to did nothing for them. Did not provide, did not visit them while they were in the hospital, did nothing.
So the whole time we thought that he was the real biological father. He was not. He was indeed not the real biological father. I repeat, she was married to another white guy who she said was a deadbeat. In further interviews, she would come out and say the man was abusive, the man did this, the man did that. All right. So this guy, Jason Mcclure, is also a deadbeat. Like, he was in and out of jail, broke, multiple felonies. But according to his own Twitter, this was going on.
Justin went on Twitter in 2012 to make a tweet which says, "Black people cannot pronounce axe, but have no problem pronouncing Escalade." Wow. The shade. I've been under the impression is this black girl I went out with. She loves being on top. Hashtag black girls. Hashtag the ghetto.
So there's a level of racism that Justin Mcclure had before he met up with Amy. It's right there on his Twitter. But if you guys remember this whole situation, Amy Mcclure and Justin Mcclure, it kind of went to a head in 2017, 2018, when she was talking about her Nigerian heritage, and he was talking about how he met her and he knew that she was not Black American. At the time, the term would have been considered African American. But this is what happened.
I want to say this without offending. I'm not trying to offend anybody, let's put it this way. We were raised in a certain culture that a lot of African Americans just don't have. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like I'm tiptoeing. Guys, don't be offended. I'm very proud of having a culture that has had standards that taught me certain values. It's a certain culture that just breeds a level of respect for elders, the respect for tradition, a respect for yourself, you know, just certain things that, and I speak generally, that, you know.
So she's taking some digs right there. She's Nigerian, she's proud of her culture. Her culture honors their elders. You know, her culture is not, basically our culture is trash. And that's interesting that she would say that, being that she picked a white guy who literally was bottom of the barrel, not even once, but twice. The first white guy you picked was a deadbeat, by your own admission. So if you are proud of a culture that produces high-level successful people, how in the world do you even become a married to a white guy who won't even show up by your own admission to the children? And this is what I kind of hear from certain people, not just like Africans, but, you know, believing like the culture that you come from is so serious, it's so hard-hitting, it's so much better than somebody else's culture. And I hate to say this because, you know, I've been to a lot of African countries. I've been to Nigeria. I live in Uganda. I've been to Kenya. And when I hear any particular group that talks like this, once I visited your nation, I'm like, hey, look, we all as blacks have a way to go, don't we? Like, we got to be honest here. Like, yeah, we all got our flaws, but for us to say, you know, our culture is just so much more superior than yours or vice versa, when it's easy to see. If we go to the region where you say you are from, we can go up and find certain things that may contradict that. And not even your culture, because to be honest, hurt people are not on trial here. This is the individual saying this. We can even not look at that. We can make it about you, because we should make it about them. Why does your life show that you make bad decisions with people who are not like the folks you're seeing? You're not marrying a very successful Nigerian man. It's plenty of successful Nigerian men or guys from cultures, since you want to date African Americans. No, it was a white zaddy thing. That just goes to show you, white zaddy don't have to be a part of anything that's nice. As long as he's white, as long as zaddy will be over there having white kids, because that's all you want as a white man. It don't matter, okay? You can make every excuse in the world why black people are this or that, but you ain't got no excuse for getting your cheeks clapped by zaddy in it. No, you just, as long as you're getting clapped. But then here's what went viral. And again, I wasn't even looking for them, but check this out.
Setting aside money for your children, and how much?
We are setting aside money for our kids. I have a certain amount that I think they should have by the time that they're 18 years old, so they can buy a house, not so they can waste it buying Lamborghini or purses, but that's around $500,000. That should be enough. I'm not a fan of giving a child millions of dollars.
I did the math on that. These kids have been making videos since the womb. And so when they turn 18, they're going to have $500,000 that their parents are giving them from all of the money that they've generated on their YouTube over the past 18 years. $500,000. That equates to $27,000 a year. That's like not even minimum wage. That should be illegal.
So you heard what the guy said. This guy said, look, the father of the Mcclure says he's only setting aside $500,000 for when they turn 18, despite them being featured in viral content since they were babies, right? Let me show you something. And the face on their mother's face was told the story. Look at what they have in vidIQ. This is their other channel, the Mcclure Twins. Overall score to B, monthly estimated earnings, 181 to 543 a month. Put out one video a week, they're making tons of money. That's on one channel. On the Mighty Mcclure's channel, they're making $122,000 a month. Let's just say that looks like to me, and this is typically what's the high end, even if it's the low end, it's 400 grand a month, 500 grand a month with a low effort. They built up so much of a following. They're rich forever, not to mention whatever they get on Facebook, if they're on Facebook, which I'm pretty sure they are. Brand deals, all of that. And you talking about I'm only gonna give you 500,000, and you got to understand that they make this in a month, and they've been making this in a month for a long time. A long time. They have fan pages, they have everything. They are rich, and this guy is not even the biological father, and he gonna tell them what I'm going to give you. Ain't that something? Ain't that interesting? Now, you talked all about black Americans and black men for that rather, as to what you were and were not gonna give somebody, and look at where you ended up. It's hilarious. It's insane. Look at you. You let step white zaddy talk about your kids. You had those kids. Without those kids, he would be a bum. But when y'all want to swirl and go out there and clap it up for zaddy, this what you get. You picked the right person. You picked it. Now you mad. And it's not my fault. So guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. The episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Producer for all that you do, scream the bell. We out.